Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the UHD-EXP 400-KVM HDMI extender and KVM kit. This product was engineered to make it incredibly easy for you to share all of your HDMI media content with a second remote location up to 120 meters away in full 4K or 2K resolution, or up to 150 meters away in full 1080p resolution over a single Cat6 cable. The product also provides full functionality at the remote location for a keyboard and mouse, so you can control the computer that's connected up at the primary location. Also included are a set of infrared blasters that will collect up the remote control signals from that secondary location and pass those back over the same LAN cable to the primary location so you can actually control the content you're watching. Also, the product employs the very latest in power over cable technology, which means a single power supply is all you'll need to operate the entire solution. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with an unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the transmitter and the receiver modules and explain the connections and indicators. I'll list the features and functions the product provides, and then finally, I'll come back and actually demonstrate just how simple this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find a transmitter module and a receiver module, a set of brackets you can use to mount these modules up off the ground and out of the way. You'll find a single power supply. It's a 24 volt 1 amp DC power supply. You can plug this end into any standard wall outlet. This end has a barrel connection on it, which can plug into the transmitter or receiver module. And because of the power over cable technology, all the power for the other module is sent over that same LAN cable. You'll also find a set of infrared blasters, and these are slightly different. The larger one is the receiver, which ends up at the secondary location, and the smaller one is at the primary location. And you'll find a connection cable here for your computer, USB-A to USB. You'll plug this into the transmitter, this into your computer, and that provides connection for the KVM function at the remote location. You'll also find a warranty card and a full instruction manual that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and other details you'll need to understand about the solution to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at both of the modules, I'll list the features, and then I'll come back and do the demonstration. Inside the kit, you'll find the transmitter module, receiver module, a single 24 volt 1 amp DC power supply. This end can plug into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection with a locking collar that you can plug into the transmitter or the receiver module to provide all the power you'll need for the solution. You'll also find a set of infrared blasters, and these are slightly different. You'll notice this one has a larger head, and this one has a smaller head. This unit plugs into the receiver module, and this one plugs into the transmitter module, and I'll show you that in a minute when I do a closer look at those two modules. Both of these feature full metal enclosures, which make them incredibly durable and help to minimize outside interference from causing any issues with the electronics inside. We'll start with the sender module. On the front, starting on the left, you'll notice a power indicator. The minute you add power to this module, it immediately starts an internal power and self-test where it's checking all the electronics to make sure everything's working okay. When it passes that test, it'll light that LED, letting you know the module's ready to use. To the right of that is an EDID switch, and you can use that to adjust frame rate and synchronicity between the primary and secondary locations based on the media content you're transmitting, and that's fully explained in the manual. To the right of that is a micro USB port, and that's used for pushing firmware to this module if needed later on. You'll simply connect the micro USB cable from here to your computer, move the firmware file over to the module to complete the upgrade. On the bottom of the module, as well as on the sides, you'll notice ventilation slots, and those are designed to keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature during operation. You'll also find mounting holes on either side that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount the module up off the ground and out of the way. On the rear, starting on the left, you'll notice a DC power port, again that's used with the included power supply. You'll plug it in here, tighten the collar. You also have the option of plugging that power supply in at the remote location, and all the power required for this module is sent over that same LAN connection. To the right of that is the LAN port, and that's where one end of the Cat6 cable gets plugged in, the other end gets plugged into the receiver. To the right of that is an HDMI input port. That's a standard HDMI port. That connects to whatever media device you'd like to share the content from with your secondary location. To the right of that are two infrared blaster ports. Now this is the transmitter module, so the smaller one plugs into the IR out right here, and that's the smaller of the two modules. You'll not use the infrared in this case. To the right of that is a PC connection. There's a cable included that you'll connect between here and a PC if you choose to use the KVM functionality. The receiver module is very similar. On the front, you'll find a power indicator on the left. Again, it'll run through a power on self-test and light that when the module's ready to use. To the right of that is the service port, again to push firmware to the module. Ventilation slots on the bottom and the sides. Mounting holes for the bracketing kit. On the rear of the unit, you'll find another DC port right here. You can use the power supply here at the remote location or at the primary location. The other end of the Cat6 cable plugs right in here to the LAN port. The HDMI port to the right of that connects up to a monitor at that remote location where you'd like to enjoy the content. There are two more infrared blaster ports right here, and in this case, at that remote location, you'll plug the larger module into the infrared in port. You won't use the infrared out. And to the right of that are two full-sized USB ports that connect up to a keyboard and a mouse if you choose to use the KVM functionality of the solution. The OREI UHD-EXB400-KVM is compatible with a wide range of modern media devices, including computer systems, streaming devices, DVD players, game consoles, and media players like Apple TV. The product's features include full support of 4K ultra-high definition media content. It can extend the distance between the primary and secondary location up to 150 meters over a single Cat6 cable. It is both HDMI 2.0B and HDCP 2.2 compliant. Infrared blaster kits are also included that allow you to completely remotely control the content you're watching, and the product provides full EDID control so you can make whatever adjustments are needed for various media types. Now I'll show you the connections you'll need to make to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up a PC that's currently looping a video, and that's the media content I'd like to share with my second location. Over here I've set up a monitor, and this represents my secondary remote location. It's wherever I'd like to enjoy the content from the primary site. And this can be located up to 120 meters away for either 4K or 2K media content, or up to 150 meters away for 1080p content. In front of me, I have the transmitter module here and the receiver module here. The transmitter is located at the primary site, and the receiver is located at the secondary site. Now the first connection I'll make is to the transmitter, and I'll start by connecting up the PC to that module. I've got an HDMI cable already plugged into the PC. The other end of that plugs into the HDMI input port on the transmitter. And now I can connect up the monitor at the receiver end. I've got an HDMI cable plugged into the monitor. The other end of that cable plugs into the HDMI output port on the receiver. And now I'm ready to connect up the network between them. And that has to be a Cat6 LAN cable. I've got a short one right here, and that'll plug into the LAN port on the receiver on this end. And the other end of it plugs directly into the transmitter LAN port. And the only thing we're missing at this point is power. And because this system uses a power over cable technology, you'll only need one power supply for the entire solution. And I've already plugged that power supply in. It has a barrel connector on the end of the plug, and you'll plug that into either the transmitter module or the receiver module, and the power required for the other module is sent across the same LAN cable. So for convenience, I'll plug it into the receiver module, and the minute I do that, you'll notice the power indicator come on here, and the power indicator come on over here, because again, that power is being sent over the LAN cable. It's going to take a second for it to handshake, and then the display is going to show you exactly what is being displayed on that computer, and again, either 120 or 150 meters apart. Now, this product also has an enhanced capability where you can use a keyboard and mouse at the remote location, and those signals are sent over that same LAN cable to control the computer you're connected to. And to do that, you'll use the cable that's included with the kit, which is a USB to USB. The one end plugs directly into the back of the transmitter, and the other end of that cable has a USB-A connection on it, which plugs into any available port on your PC. And now on the remote site, I can plug a keyboard and mouse in over here and actually control what's happening on the computer. Now I like to use wireless products, so I've got a dongle here. I'll plug that into one of the two USB-A ports on the back of the unit. And then I can use the mouse to actually control the cursor. You can see it moving around there. And if I had a keyboard connected, I could actually type up emails. I could control what's going on with the computer. And it just gives you a tremendous amount of functionality at the remote site where you can enjoy content, or you can control a computer from the primary site simply by plugging in a LAN cable between the transmitter and receiver modules. And it really is just that simple to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the UHD-EXB400-KVM HDMI extender and KVM kit helpful. It really does provide an incredibly easy way for you to share all of your HDMI media content with a second remote location up to 120 meters away in either 4K or 2K resolution, or up to 150 meters away in 1080p resolution over a single Cat6 cable. And the fact that the unit provides keyboard and mouse functionality at the remote location means you can easily connect up the transmitter unit to a computer and control the functions of that computer from that secondary location. The inclusion of the infrared blaster kits means that you'll control the content from that secondary location that's being played at the primary location. And finally, the power over cable technology means you'll need a single power supply to operate the entire solution, which greatly simplifies your wiring. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks for watching.